There's a silent killer in the wild, one that most people never see coming. It's not a wild animal or a sudden storm. It's the ground itself, lying quietly beneath you, waiting for a chance to sap your strength. Most people fear the cold air, bundling up against icy winds, but they forget the earth beneath them is a relentless heat sink. The ground is always ready to pull warmth from your body, no matter how well you think you're prepared. Lying on frozen ground without protection is a fatal mistake. It's a lesson learned the hard way by countless explorers, soldiers, and campers throughout history. The ground conducts heat away from your body far more efficiently than air ever could. Even when the air feels bearable, the earth beneath you is working overtime to rob you of precious warmth. Even the best sleeping bag can't save you if it's compressed against the earth. When insulation is flattened, it loses its ability to trap warm air, leaving you exposed to the cold below. Hypothermia often creeps in quietly, not with a blizzard, but through the ground as you sleep. You may not even realize it's happening until it's too late. Many have paid for this oversight with their lives. History is filled with stories of those who underestimated the ground's danger and never woke up. The humble sleeping mat isn't a luxury, it's essential survival gear. It's your first line of defense against the cold, hard earth. Imagine, after a long trek, you settle down, but with nothing between you and the ground, a deep chill seeps in. That chill can turn deadly in just a few hours. Your sleeping bag's insulation is crushed, offering little resistance. The warmth you worked so hard to build up is lost in minutes. The earth winds, draining your warmth until you're dangerously cold. It's a battle you can't win without the right protection. This is conductive heat loss, a simple concept with severe consequences. It's the reason why so many survival stories end in tragedy. Hypothermia can strike silently, especially at night. Many never wake up, their warmth stolen by the ground beneath them. That's why ground insulation is your shield against the cold, hard truth of the wild. It's not just comfort, it's survival. Never underestimate the ground's power to steal your heat. It's a force of nature that demands respect. Always put something between you and the earth. Even a layer of pine boughs, leaves, or spare clothing can make the difference between life and death. It's the cornerstone of survival in the cold. Never leave home without it, no matter how tough you think you are. Don't let the ground claim your warmth. Stay vigilant, stay insulated, and respect the cold, hard truth. Your life depends on it. In the wild, the ground is always waiting. Make sure you're ready. History is full of harsh lessons about ground insulation. In Warpat's Battle of the Bulge, countless soldiers suffered not just from cold air, but from sleeping on frozen, muddy ground. Even fit, well-fed men were drained by the earth, unable to recover or fight. Those who found boards, pine boughs, or anything to insulate themselves fared better. The same story played out in Napoleon's retreat from Moscow. Men froze as the ground claimed their heat. Early polar explorers knew survival depended on a thick bed of furs or insulation beneath them. The difference between life and death was often what lay between them and the ice. Think of your body as a bucket of warmth, constantly leaking heat into the world around you. Every moment, your body works to keep that bucket full, but the environment is always trying to empty it. The air sips at your warmth gently and slowly, but the ground is a frozen sponge, pulling heat away aggressively and relentlessly, far faster than you might expect. Lying on cold ground is like plunging your hand into icy water. Heat vanishes fast, almost instantly, leaving you vulnerable in a matter of minutes. Damp or frozen earth is a ruthless conductor, draining your energy and forcing your body to burn precious calories just to stay alive. The colder and wetter the ground, the more mercilessly it steals your heat. This is why people can freeze to death, even above freezing temperatures, especially if wet and in contact with the ground. Hypothermia can set in quietly, long before you realize you're in danger. Your sleeping bag's insulation is crushed beneath you, offering little help. The padding that keeps you warm on top is useless when flattened underneath. Without a mat, you're physically connected to the earth's cold, and your body pays the price with every passing second. You're being refrigerated, not just chilled. The ground acts like a giant icebox, sapping your life-sustaining warmth away. A simple barrier, a mat, breaks this deadly connection. Even a thin layer can make a life-saving difference, slowing the loss of heat dramatically. Never sleep directly on the ground. Always use something, anything, to separate yourself from the Earth's chill. It's an intimate, dangerous link you must break if you want to survive the cold and keep your warmth from being stolen away. The solution is simple. Create a barrier that traps air between you and the ground. This principle has been used for centuries, from ancient explorers improvising bedding to today's high-tech outdoor gear. When you lie down to sleep, the ground quickly draws heat away from your body. But a well-designed barrier can make all the difference. Air is a poor conductor, making it an excellent insulator if kept still. The secret lies in trapping pockets of unmoving air, which slows down the transfer of heat and keeps warmth close to your body. This is why materials like foam and down are so effective. They're full of tiny air spaces. Sleeping mats are designed to do just that, breaking the chain of conduction. By lifting you off the cold ground and creating a layer of insulation, they help preserve your body heat through the night, even in freezing conditions. Their effectiveness is measured by R value. The higher, the better the insulation. R value is a standardized way to compare how well different mats resist heat loss, making it easier to choose the right one for your needs. For winter, aim for an R value of 5 or more. This level of insulation is crucial when temperatures drop below freezing, ensuring you stay warm and safe through the night. Think of R value as the thickness of a wall. The higher it is, the more heat stays with you. Just as a thick wall keeps a house warm, a high R value mat keeps your body heat from escaping into the ground. A good mat lets your sleeping bag work as intended, keeping you warm from above while the mat protects you from below. Together, they form a complete system that shields you from the elements. Modern adventurers rely on R value to choose the right gear for extreme conditions. Whether you're mountaineering, backpacking, or winter camping, understanding insulation can be the difference between a restful night and a dangerous one. It's not just about comfort, it's about survival. In harsh environments, the right insulation can prevent hypothermia and save lives. The right mat is your best defense against the cold ground, ensuring you stay warm, safe, and ready for whatever adventure lies ahead. Ground insulation isn't new. People have used natural materials for millennia. Spruce bough beds, duckboards in trenches, and thick piles of leaves all trap air and lift you off the cold earth. The closed-cell foam mat was a game-changer, lightweight, waterproof, and reliable. Today we have self-inflating and high-tech air mats with reflective layers and high R values. These modern pads are light, compact, and incredibly effective. But the goal remains the same: break contact with the ground. Whether it's boughs or space-age foam, insulation is your shield. The war against the cold ground is as old as humanity. Picture two hikers, both well-equipped except for one difference. Only one has a sleeping mat. The first hiker, relying on his sleeping bag alone, lies directly on the tent floor. At first he's comfortable, but soon the cold creeps in from below. He shivers all night, never truly resting, and wakes up exhausted and at risk. The second hiker uses a simple foam mat. The mat traps air, resists heat loss, and keeps her warm. She sleeps deeply, wakes refreshed, and is ready for the day. The difference? A thin barrier between her and the ground. The sleeping mat is the unsung hero of any sleep system. Don't overlook it. Your safety depends on it. In the wild, always put something between you and the earth. If you have a mat, use it under your whole body, never as a pillow or left in your pack. If you lack a mat, improvise. Pile up dry leaves, pine needles, or even cardboard. Anything that traps air and lifts you off the ground helps. In urban survival, cardboard or newspapers can be lifesavers. Stuff a plastic bag with dry material for an improvised mattress. Even your empty backpack or spare clothes are better than nothing. The key is to break the direct link between your body and the ground. Be creative and resourceful. Your warmth depends on it. This single act can mean the difference between survival and disaster. The most critical survival rule: insulate yourself from the ground. History is full of those who suffered or died because they ignored this. Your shelter, fire, and clothing matter, but ground insulation comes first. Always plan what will go between you and the earth, whether it's a high-tech mat or natural materials. This decision impacts your safety more than almost anything else. Without insulation, you can lose the fight for warmth in minutes. Respect the cold ground, prepare for it. Never sleep on it unprotected. That's the first rule of survival.